Merry Christmas, everybody. And yes, I am out at the shop. Yep. I did go have dinner with the kids. They did invite the squirrel and me over for dinner, so we went over there quick. And I come out to the farm because I'm bored. Wife's working. So, and tomorrow we'll be busy, so I thought, what the heck. So my goal for today is to get the oil pan on using the gasket I really didn't want, but hey, it is what it is. That's all you can do. So I'm going to get the lights on and hooked up and see what we can do. So I guess if I can get the oil pan on that, I would like to have it on the engine run stand back there. Be one less thing to roll around. So, alright. I know it's Christmas. Kind of was hoping for a Christmas miracle, but hey, I'm still here. So I guess that's my Christmas miracle. Go from there. So anyway, we're going to get working on that. Okay, we're going to get ready. We're going to use the ones that came with. The oil pickup tube's been put in and set and tightened. The oil pump drive is in, or the oil pump bolts in, mounting bolts in. The driver's in, don't forget it, otherwise you kind of got a pain to get it in there. Make sure your surface here is dry and clean. And like I've said before, when you use your RTV, you use very little of it. It don't take a ton. So we're just going to go and these got to go on first. And put a little extra in the corner here. So when that sets up. Right in here you want a little extra. Right on the inside of the bolts here. Right here around the oil stick. Oh yeah, this gasket. Forgot that gasket didn't have that there, so I guess I'll just take and wipe that off. Okay. Let's see. Right here. Okay, the rear seal, like I said, the extras in the corner. And we'll beat over because that's how these work. Same way here. Again, a little extra in the corner. Because this one, like I said, check your oil pan too. There's thick and thins of these. And everything is torqued, everything's done, so Okay. That one moved a little on me. Okay, I'll go get some bolts, which I got a bunch cleaned up. Should have something over there, but that's okay. That's it, I got a bunch of them cleaned up. One started in the corner. Yeah, then it's a whole, when I got up today it was 1 degree out. It's warmed up to 7, I think, 6 or 7 now. And I haven't painted these bolts, unfortunately, so that's okay. We'll get them here. Sometimes what I do too, after I get the pan tightened and that, I'll take and fill that through there. Not always necessary, but and you don't want to over tighten these and warp the pan, because then it won't seal. All that good stuff. So looking back, I wish I would have kept all 1, 2, 5. Oh, dirty. I don't know how a dirty one got in there, but it did. While I got it upside down, I'll put the oil filter adapter on too. And this oil pan here, I had straightened its edges and everything, and wire brushed it, scrubbed it, chemical cleaned it a couple of times. Finally got it to where it quit getting dirty, so I was cleaning on it. Personal preference on changing over that one piece. I would have liked 2 on this, but this is just a stock built motor. So using the ATV, RTV, or Ultra back. So I'm going to go get my 1/4 inch ratchet and sockets and go through and hand tighten these. And since I got the silicone on there, or the RTV, whatever you prefer to call it, I'll go until I just see it start squeezing. So, and as long as I see it squeeze here, then I know I got it sealed there. Really don't want any leaks, but that's why we run them on the stand first. So, well, I'm going to go get that. I won't worry you with the tightening of this. Alright, you got your oil filter adapter here. 2 bolts. Make sure it's clean. Make sure that bypasses it together and working. And it doesn't make a difference. That goes in as long as it's on there. And when I do a race motor, I'll show you what I do to those. I change those too. And you're just tightening aluminum down so you don't go see, I'm using the little ratchet. Learned the hard lesson with the long ratchet when I broke some heads. And then I got this close here. Just taking what's your seal here. I got one more piece to put on before I turn this right side up, so I just wanted to get this on while I could. And once it touches, guys, right there, you don't have to go a turn and a half. Half turn is sufficient. So I got to put the, let's see, I got to put the, and I do have sufficient squeeze out all the way around. And then shoot that going to the inside of the motor. I got to put this on because I got the fuel pump rod in there. And I just painted that piece. Once I get that on, and roll this up right, then I gotta go through, see if I got a timing tab to put on here that matches the harmonic balancer. I got one. And like I said here with the gasket, I just went until it squeezes out. Then I went back with the little ratchet. And it's just a feel thing. You'll know. I mean, if you start seeing the metal disform, you over tightened it and you could have a leak. So yeah, we just got one more galley plug here, two in the back, and the soft plug, but those can be done on the engine stand. So, and this will be one engine less, and then I can put the 454 back here, then I can rearrange in here. And actually I got one motor sitting over on the floor I forgot about, that one that I picked up here a few weeks ago, and we'll get that one knocked down and tore apart. I don't know if there'd be any interest in it or not. One of the guys I've been talking to said I need to figure out an online fee for giving information and help. I'm like, well, I don't know how. I like helping people, but he's like, you need to get paid for what you're doing too. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And I said, well, I'm kind of thinking about making a build series, and I kind of got a format. I watched another channel do similar things on another part of the cars, and I'm kind of thinking about doing that. And taking a motor and completely rebuilding it from start to finish, a stock way, and doing a raceway with the tips and tricks on doing the race motors that I've used and proven over the years too. So that's a couple of sets of DVDs, and I don't know if it'd be something that anybody be interested in or something, but it's just an idea I've kind of got kicking around. And that's where I would need a helper to be here to help film stuff and everything. So it's just an idea. And then after these builds are done, then that's when we would pass them on to somebody else or something, or get these sold. I like having motors, but I don't need a half a dozen motors right now. Back in the day I could have used them because all the race cars we were running and that. I would have built each and every one of these motors as a race car motor back in the day. But this one here is just a bone stock. Throw it in your car and go cruising. Throw it in your truck, go to work. There's nothing special about this motor. Now I guess if anybody's interested in this motor once it's done, hit me up. The only thing I've added was an aluminum intake, which the reason being is I don't have any cast iron intakes, and I don't care for the cast iron stock intakes anyway. I don't like them. So, I think the price on this motor is going to be about, with the intake and that, and what I've got in the parts now, $1,800 for this motor, and it can be yours. And you'll get to hear it run too. The oil pan I put on here, it should fit all GMs. It should fit the pickups. It should fit a Camaro. I'm talking the 81 on the back, because I learned a long time ago when I put a motor in a Camaro, I had thought it was a Monte Carlo oil pan, but evidently it must have been a truck pan. It did not clear the subframe. So I had to pull the motor out and change the oil pan on it and then put it back in. Yeah, that kid had fun with that. And if you want to if you want to really baffle somebody, take and turn number 2 and 4 around spark plug wire. Take and turn those around. It'll sound like a Sears sewing machine. It'll still drive. It'll run pretty good. And the kid's dad goes, I wish you wouldn't have told him, because he was happy that the Camaro, it ran good at idle, it ran good going down the road, it didn't pop, miss, or anything, but he just couldn't stand on it and go. Well, after we figured out we had 2 and 4 switched around, put them back, she was running on all 8. The dad said, I wish you wouldn't have told him what you did. Because, yeah, he got a little hairy carry with the car, so. So, yeah, if you want to check that out, and next time I'm working on a motor on the engine stand, I'll show you guys. A couple of guys have done it. You can take one of the heads off and leave the intake on. You can make that thing run on 4 cylinders. It's kind of cool watching the pistons go up and down. There's a video out on there, but I like to do it myself. It's just something to see the pistons going up and down without a head and having to run on 4 cylinders, and it sounds pretty good. So, I guess I'll get that dried, get that on. I've got a fuel pump around here. I might go ahead and put on right now too, so I don't have to fight that rod. And here's a little trick for you guys too. I don't know where they're at. I have found them. I just don't know where they're at this time. When the motor's upright, you got the 2 bolt holes here. And if you guys ever run a race car and you got oil coming off of the front of your motor and you don't know where it is, make sure the top bolt hole, which is right here, which is upside down right now, so if it was right side up, it'd be the top bolt hole, is there, and it's short. You got a choice when you go to change your fuel pump. If you can get to that, you can take that bolt out. Sometimes the radiator hose is right there in the way. So, and what I found was the old wash machine dryer feet, had the little knob built into them, but they were the feet for them. Fit that, and it's long enough, you can put that in there, get it started, and you got a handle, and you can crank in, put pressure on that rod so it don't fall down on you when you change the pump. Now I've seen guys where they put a long enough bolt in, and then when they're done, they just back it off 2 or 3 turns, but I have seen where on the racetrack, where those bolts have vibrated out, and then without that bolt there, the oil that goes down to lubricate that shaft will come out that hole and just fly all over everything, and then you think you got a front seal leaking or the oil pan's leaking, because this whole corner just gets wet and you don't know where it's coming from. So yeah, you can't forget that bolt. So I guess what else again? That's what I mean. I kind of think the idea of sitting here doing a motor from start to finish. And I mean, I could do it. That's 3 sets of videos I could do. I could do one on stock builds. I could do one on stock build T throttle body injection, because a lot of you are asking about that. And then do one on a race. So I mean, that could be a And it's going to just be tried and true stuff I've done that I know works. Had the gloves on, I still got dirt. Oh yeah, just using the drill. So while that's drying and getting ready to put on, I want to start digging around and see what I got for timing tabs to see if I got a harmonic balancer to match it. Otherwise I might have to order one. But the oil pan's on, all the rods were torqued, all the mains were torqued, the oil pump was torqued. And I hate this when I do this to myself. I go back and I'm thinking, did I do this, do that? Yeah, I did. A little late now, because if I thought of something, I just wasted this set of gaskets. But I know which one I'm thinking about. I got another oil pump laying over there. And that's one's there, so. Very, very close. But anyway, alright. Well, that's always a good sign when it's off the engine stand, ain't it? There are a few things I got to do. Look at the harmonic balancer, and you got the two soft plugs and that, and then the galley plug there, and the two up here yet to go. But I can put those all in on here, and that way it keeps something from getting down in there. Not that I have friends like I used to come around anymore. I had a friend at one time that thought it was funny to put stuff down the motors on me, or knock out plugs. Yeah, I had a motor sitting on the engine stand, had the timing cover and all that on it, and no, I didn't have the lifters in it for some reason. They took a rod, ran it through, and knocked out these two plugs, and yeah, I had to pull it back out of the motor car and put them back in, and yeah. And that guy never came back around after I found that out. He didn't deny it either, but he didn't know when those ain't in there, you will not have oil pressure on startup. So we knew there was a problem right away before. Well, I shouldn't say there was oil flow, but there was no oil pressure, so it didn't register on the gauge, and the kid didn't run it, which was smart. So didn't hurt the motor any. It ran really good. So yeah, I now rolled the 454 back here, as that 350 is going to be running before the end of the year. I would like to have a new home before the end of the year, but I don't know. But we'll get her running and then have it set up. I'd like to get a one-wire setup, because that worked at when that other motor was here. That one wire charged the battery, so I didn't have to keep the charger on it, which was good. I was happy with that. But anyway, I guess I achieved my goal. I got the oil pan on, the oil filter on, fuel pump on. Oh, and don't forget to put your dipstick tube, not the one that sticks out that you read from, the dipstick tube that goes in under the dipstick, because that keeps the dipstick from getting wound up into the crankshaft when it's running. So don't forget to slide that in before you put your dipstick tube in. Yeah. So I guess I'm just trying to get this all done and finished up. And you know, Mama Bear, she was come home from work after she come home from work to go back to work, which she didn't go back to work. She took Squirrel to work. Then I know she was going home taking a shower, and she was going to go to sleep for a while, so that's no big deal. Uh-oh. Where the heck did that go? Uh-oh. I got a little black stud missing. Well, where I set it, I know I will know if it, I had it on the 454. Hopefully it didn't fall down in the intake. And none of that's bolted on to stay yet. Oh, here it is. Found it. So we're good. I was like, uh-oh. Ain't that, oops. Sorry. We'll just lean this way. Ain't that crazy how I can look at something and know something is missing? I know a couple of you guys are like, how do you keep track of this stuff? Well, I've just done it enough for so many years that I know what's what and where it's supposed to be. And what'll screw me up is like if somebody comes in and starts moving my stuff around. That will get me. That will mess me up. But I'll get it figured out. Takes me a little longer, but anyway, yeah, so I guess I haven't checked my numbers since I left the house. Took my insulin this morning, and then ate some breakfast, and then actually ate dinner at dinner time, and I've been out here ever since, and I'm actually feeling pretty good. Getting stuff done, and not too far. Let's see. Yeah, this went off, didn't it? He knows who I'm talking to. So by Friday, I hope to have that thing fired up. Actually, I do have to go get a set of spark plugs. I don't have any spark plugs. That's what I gotta do. I gotta sit down and make a list. I need some oil filters, put some spark plugs on hand. Used to be you could buy a spark plug for 89 cents a piece. Now they're 30, 40 bucks. Never thought that day would come, but that's the thing. I don't like having a lot of inventory around here because still haven't found my spare furnace parts yet. It's staying warm in here, but it seems like it takes forever to get it to shut off, and I don't know. To me, as long as that thing's turning, it's turning the meter on the side of the building the same. When it's working with 4 coils, it only runs about, I don't know, 15 minutes to warm it up. And I guess I haven't really sat here and timed it. It just, again, but I just know, looking in there, I can see it's only working on 1 coil. But anyway, I guess it's time to lock the tools up, put the stuff away, and go home and see if Mama Bear's sleeping, and I guess work with this video here since I got it. No, but you've seen it to here. You already seen it, so. So yeah, I think I will get the 350 running. I gotta go get some zinc additive. I thought about using the oil I had, but that oil I'm kind of holding on to. It's 2050 weight with the zinc additive in it, so, and it's pretty spendy. So I've got some oil I can put in it. I just gotta go get the zinc additive too. So like I said, I want this one running by the end of the year, and then hopefully we can find a home for it somewhere. So because I got some other motors I need to get picked up. Got a special one I found. I want to get that home. I want that home. If I get that home, then I'm going to be doing some more digging, and I will be looking for a large journal 283 crank. Yeah. So yeah, I guess I don't know much else. I'm not going to do any more tonight, and I guess this next year I got some ideas I want to do, and hopefully we can get them done and keep progressing and having fun. I am so ready for 2017 to be over. And I'm really hoping everybody, I'm hoping not just only us, I hope everybody out there has a better 2018 and years to come than what we've had recently. It's been a rough year. for a lot of people in many different ways. So I guess with that, we'll see y'all later because I'm starting to space off. So have a good one.